Ladies and gentlemen, I have a video for you tonight, or if it's morning time that you are watching this video, good morning, by the way. So I just got home from work and stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? Let me go check out Quantum TV's channel. I'm curious if he's posted anything, made any statements, or anything like that. Boy, my spidey senses were tingling and informing me that he did make a video. So you can pretty much guess what kind of video we are reacting today, or commentating, I should say. It's a video, Quantum TV Drama Set Straight. And like I say, before I do start any video, please go grab yourself a snack or grab yourself, a hearty meal, a breakfast or dinner, and just listen to my soothing voice because this is going to get interesting, people.
Because of the talking points of the Actman and Review Tech USA, my family is being threatened. My wife has been threatened, and it's to the point where people are threatening to rape my wife in front of me, hold me down and make me watch, bash my head in with a hammer until my eyes bleed out. They're going to slit my throat and watch the blood come out of my mouth. Very graphic ways of talking about how they want to murder me because I'm some homophobic, transphobic piece of shit menace, copyright abuser that doesn't belong on the platform. These are talking points that Review Tech USA and the Actman have put out there. And it's because of these talking points they've inspired hatred.
Quantum, every single time you make one of these big accusations like this, we need proof. I do not see Review Tech USA or Actman going out there saying that, I want my fans to go out there and attack him and that type of stuff. Where is the proof, dude? We need the proof. But you know what, though, Quantum? I'll go ahead and do your job for you, okay? My leak that's in your Discord right now has given me plenty of evidence, okay? You, on the other hand, where you said your wife and everybody in your household is being harassed and stuff, when there's only two phone calls that you've got from a blocked number, which pretty much proves nothing. It's just you don't have video evidence of this type of stuff like you had, calling Actman's mother. But again, seriously, you have zero evidence to back up anything that you have claimed that, Actman or Review Tech USA fans are harassing you, doing all these terrible things. You have zero evidence to back anything up, per usual.
And I need to talk about this as a content creator, as a YouTuber, and as a person, as a husband, as somebody who is just a human being in the world dealing with a true injustice on the platform.
Okay, Quantum, I'm sorry I have to say this, dude, but unfortunately, it's the internet, okay? There are people that do not care about your feelings, okay? They will go after you and do everything they can to get a reaction out of you. They have done this to Review Tech USA, Angry Joe, any big YouTuber you can think of that they have trolled the YouTuber, or I should say content creator, just to get a reaction out of them and say, hey, look, he's misbehaving and stuff. Look,
which is larger YouTubers using that influence when they don't get the result they want. They don't get to just demand YouTube around like the bullies they are, and YouTube gives in. Then they start painting everybody as a conspiracy theorist, a sympathizer towards hatred, and labeling me as hatred. The fact is, this is happening because they don't like me and they want me removed off the platform. And we're going to talk about all of this. I don't care what side of the argument you sit on, but there is something that has to change here because now it is spilling over into real world conduct of hatred and to malice that can lead to even worse.
Quantum, you are not innocent in this situation. You are not a victim. You had multiple times to go talk to Actman and just settle your issues out and move on from this drama. No, what you did is that when Actman said he was done, he's going to leave you alone. You know what you did, dude? You decided to go on Google, look his name up, mind you, look it up, get his address and phone number to call him. And then you stumbled across his mother's landline and you proceeded to call that landline and harass his mother with legal threats, okay? And if anybody doesn't believe me, you could go watch his video, which is still up on the platform. But now all of a sudden you care that this has gone off platform and now family members are being harassed? Quantum, you are a fucking hypocrite, dude. I have to censor myself because I know YouTube is watching my butt with this type of stuff. But seriously, dude, you do not get to complain about, oh, it's getting off platform now and family members are being harassed. We need to stop this now. Like, bruh, come on. You are a fat hypocrite.
So I am here to try to clear up some of these fallacies. So please try to listen unbiasedly, as again, I'm just trying to set the record straight for anyone willing to actually listen to the facts.
And here we go.
The Act Boy has created a lynch mob. I never ban-evaded. I never doxed anyone. Not a homophobe. I mean, what more can I really say? YouTube, the beautiful thing about this, is a platform that has their own policies. And the ultimate authority has come out and told him, I didn't do any of this stuff. Now, that's not good enough for him, and he didn't get his way. So he then tries to come up with other talking points. But the fact is, I never doxed anyone, and there will never be any proof or any evidence of it happening. When really, we're just trying to have a conversation. And the thing for me that is really annoying is past that. Once we try to reach out to him and it goes sideways, I still reach out to him again. Now, I'm trying to find Actman. So what would you do as a human being if you're trying to find somebody who is hiding behind a stage name, the Actman? Well, you're going to look into them. It's not real hard to find him at all. You can Google him right now and you can get all of the same information I did. It's not hard, okay? There's no law being broken, and everything I found on him was public record at that point.
Hey, Quantum, I just got you in your own words, basically saying how you got the information, which is just encouraging your fans to go look up the information on the Actman. It was very subtle, I'll give you that, but you just literally laid out the blueprint in order to find that information on Actman. That is the literal definition of doxing a person. And why I don't understand you keep bringing this up every single time like YouTube has the final say in everything. No, because it's been proven multiple times that the courts is the one that's got the final say in everything. I don't see it, Quantum, except for that one video you made with those people sending you those disgusting emails, mind you. Those aren't his fans, okay? Those are what we like to call trolls to get a rise out of you. See, I don't need to prove that you are ban evading, mind you, because Actman's already done it. He's already shown in his video how you are ban evading. And I also don't need to prove that you're a homophobe, to be honest with you, man, because it's already well documented that you are. That you have wished, how can I say this lightly, unalive people, and you want them to be polls victims. I don't even need to repeat that the millionth time.
And anyone who asks for proof or evidence of what I said or where I said it, where did I release this this personal information of his, everyone who asks where and to link specifically where I'm doxing the Actman is immediately a conspiracy theorist just trying to take my side, a Quantum TV sympathizer. They're siding with hate. And it's all of this bullshit.
You know, that's real funny, Quantum, because every time I go onto your channel and someone tries to have a conversation with you, trying to, like, ask you questions like, hey, why'd you do this or that? It's either you give them a bullshit statement or B, you delete the comment. Oh, and yesterday, too, Rich from Review Tech USA, when he was streaming, he gave you an invitation to come on, that he would hide the chat and stuff, and you would just have a one-on-one talk with him during the live stream. Another chance you could have came in and talked and settled all this disputes with everybody. But you don't want this to end, Quantum. You could have ended this multiple times, but you don't want it to end because you like the attention, don't you, Quantum?
Now, one of the talking points they've been trying to cancel me with for the longest time is saying that I'm some homophobic, the whole spiel that they push out. Let me just kind of put this out there. It'd be very hard to be a vegan like I am and be homophobic. A vegan literally can't be homophobic. If I'm so homophobic, why would I support their businesses? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But they don't care about logic. They just want to lie. Points they've been trying to cancel me with for the longest time is saying that I'm some homophobic, the whole spiel that they push out. Let me just kind of put this out there. It'd be very hard to be a vegan like I am and be homophobic. A vegan literally can't be homophobic. If I'm so homophobic, why would I support their businesses? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But they don't care about logic. They just want to lie.
You know, every time he starts to go off track and say some really dumb stuff, I'm going to start a new hashtag. Show me the proof, Quantum.
Frankly. Now let's be very real. Let's talk about why they're saying this. 5 years ago, I was hacked. Yeah, let's say that again. 5 years ago, I was hacked. Okay? It was nasty. Okay? But here's the bigger picture that nobody understands. Everybody asks, why were those tweets left up for so long? Let's be real. Okay? My PlayStation, Xbox, emails, all this shit got hacked. Okay? My priority was not Twitter. As big of a shock as that may be for some people. My priority was never Twitter. Because think about it. My Twitter got hacked. I got the fucking account back. Great. Okay. I'm moving on to more important stuff like my PlayStation that has my payment information. Hello. Actual money. Okay. I'm trying to focus on other shit that's like more important. Like, I don't know, my email that has all of my main shit for my business on it. Okay. Which, by the way, still to this day, one of those main email accounts, still, I've never gotten back. I have issued so many complaints to Yahoo, called them so many times, and they told me, yeah, unfortunately, we can't let you back in your account unless you remember the password from all those years ago when I set it up.
Hey, Quantum, this could all be taken care of and prove that you were actually hacked if you actually showed the recovery emails that you had for your Twitter account, your PlayStation account, and Xbox account. And don't sit there like, oh, they've never notified me that I got hacked. No, they do notify you because recently I got hacked on my YouTube channel, my Twitter, my Facebook, and what else I should say right now? Oh, yeah, my Xbox account too.
And this concept that I was targeted because I did TV reviews that people disagreed with, back then, I'll tell you what it was. It was the LG C7. I didn't like the C7, and I didn't like Xbox. And those two communities ganged up on me. Big fucking surprise. This is now, again, a theme. Xbox gamers and Elden Ring gamers coming together and attacking me. People in communities that band together don't like me, and they attack me.
Hey, Quantum, tell me that you don't know how the internet works without telling me you don't know how the internet works, obviously. And you've been on this platform years upon years and you still don't get it, dude? Like, come on. It's an open place for people to come talk about things. So, of course, if you're going to trash like Xbox or you're going to trash a certain brand that people like, of course you're going to get pushback, dude. It's part of the freaking job doing YouTube. Come on. It's time to grow up, okay?
Review Tech USA had an impersonation account on his channel as a moderator for the longest time, confusing everybody and knew about it. Okay, the people that don't like me have this weird habit of wanting to be me and make me look like I'm saying things that I'm not saying. Their goal is not to hack my accounts, to delete the accounts. It's to take it over and pose as me. You don't believe me? There's a guy literally that took my old Twitter handle. He took my old Twitter handle and started making a channel. My profile picture's still up there, and he's still saying things, and that actually still confuses some people to this day.
Nobody with a functioning brain thinks it's you, okay? Even in that Twitter handle, like anybody can go look up right now, it says it's basically not you. And especially that Quantum TV person that is impersonating you too. I go to his YouTube channel. It even says in the description that he is not the real Quantum TV. So anybody saying like, oh God, that's the real Quantum TV and stuff. Oh goodness gracious is a dumbass.
Okay? I can't tell you how many people can just take a profile picture and take my name, because they're allowed to name their channel whatever they want, impersonate me, and say whatever they want to say. It happens. And I'm sorry to say, I'm more concerned about my finances being compromised, my bank accounts, all this stuff being compromised because somebody got into my email and all this other shit, my business actually going into some dangerous territory, because that's the priority. Okay? Like, and the thing is, all of this is not even public business. This isn't anyone's business, right? Nobody needs to know this, but they try to make it a bigger deal than it is, and they try to say, well, you left those tweets up, clearly you care. Twitter was not a priority. And it just so happened, by the way, for everybody thinking I deleted it while Review Tech USA was streaming, like he likes to lie and say, Tipster was the first person I saw streaming it, and I only deleted it while I was seeing Tipster stream, okay? Because I didn't know it was there. And I don't social media people, okay? I don't care about this shit. So I'm sitting here watching Tipster try to frame me and say, look at all this crazy shit you wrote in 2018. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Seriously? And I go in and I delete it because I don't even know that there is a backlog. I've said this 1,000,001 times. And the funny thing is I've disavowed it because when heinous things are posted, you get rid of heinous things, period.
Like I said, you want to prove yourself that you got hacked? We need those recovery emails to where you fixed the password and everything, and you got back into the account because you got hacked. Like, come on, bro. This is easy 101. You know, I hear a lot through this video that you're disavow this type of thing. Why are you disavowing these things if you never made these tweets, dude? Something ain't adding up with you, dude. Come on. Like, what's not adding up here? Can people add this up for me? Because this ain't adding up for me.
I mean, with this whole Actman situation, are we really listening to a guy who has used the F word with no apology outside of some disingenuous crap? Because if you look at his recent interviews where they say, and you don't still talk like that with your friends today, and he's like, hesitancy. Why? Because he still feels these things. He still says these homophobic slurs that he's so outraged over. Are we really listening to the guy who uses the N-word with the hard R and then says that there are worse words he could say and that could be said? This isn't somebody who is some crazy victim social justice warrior that's just being unjustly handled by some menace and YouTube siding with hate. This is a guy that has a pattern of behavior, literally proven. He's apologized for it. Fine, but still feels that way because when you watch him candidly speak in interviews, he shows himself and tells on himself. You guys have parents that ever told you that? Like, you know, you told on yourself, right?
See, here's the difference again, okay, Quantum, since you don't program it through your head. He's at least acknowledging it, and he's trying to be better. Anybody that's with their friends goes freaking nuts around each other, okay? We say things to each other that, you know, that's really not orthodox, okay? Do you not have friends, Quantum? I'm actually curious. Do you not have friends? And then another thing, though, too, Quantum, quit acting like you're a saint. It's disgusting, honestly, and disrespectful.
Are we really listening to the guy who was told, let me say that again, who was told that I'm receiving racist death threats, black people hanging from trees, all the kind of crazy shit you would hear about, like seemingly from like the 1950s back in that time period, right? Like straight up, okay? Was told about it. Doesn't disavow it once, and instead of disavowing it or telling his fans don't do racist things like this isn't how we get it done, he then goes on Discord and he creates, wait for it, the Actman. Knows about the racism, makes a clan. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Now, people can say I'm reaching all they want, but that's a little convenient. You have a black guy telling you that in your honor, you have your fans attacking him with racism. And you make a clan after, by the way, all this happened after the fact. I would get it if it was before. Maybe you could make an argument, right? That, oh, it's not like that. He made it after. He made it after the fact.
Quantum, you still have zero proof it was Actman's fans doing those racial and harassment things towards you. The only thing that you could correlate is that he made the video and exposed all this poor behavior you did. I don't understand, like, seriously, why you think it's his fans doing it. It could be anybody's fans doing this to you. Like, seriously, grow a brain, Quantum, for once in your life.
Are we really going to believe the guy who got himself demonetized for threatening to dox YouTube family members and employees after YouTube was the victim of gun violence? Like that whole chapter never happened. Like, that wasn't a bad idea. And then later goes on to admit on the Phil DeFranco show that at the time he wrote those tweets, he was angry and frustrated with YouTube, but then wants to then pretend like they were satirical? Are we really going to believe the guy that literally after knowing that he got himself demonetized, went on the Phil DeFranco show and, like, well, first he went on Twitter and he claimed that he didn't, it was Quantum TV. Quantum TV's false flagging my videos, right? Plays dumb, entirely dumb to the whole situation. Weaponizing people, turning them against me, much like he's doing with this entire situation to make everyone hate me, okay? Goes and says that, okay? Plays dumb, goes on the Phil DeFranco show. Phil DeFranco couldn't help but ask him why he didn't reveal it, and then he gives some bullshit excuse. I didn't know what I should be revealing. It wasn't to mislead anyone. When his first thing he wrote was Quantum TV is false flagging all of my videos or some shit like that.
Unfortunately, I cannot find the tweet where he came back later and said, yeah, I don't even think Quantum TV is the one who's doing this, so I do apologize for doing that. Seriously, go look it up. I think it's on, what is his name again? Blowback's channel, where he is basically talking about the Twitter drama that's going on. And I think I saw the screenshot from there before. I guess it got buried in the algorithm and Twitter and stuff. It's a complete mess with Twitter, to be honest. Also, just to throw this in to Quantum, he's trying not to burn any more bridges he has with YouTube. He's probably just trying to hold the information back until it officially comes out to the public, like it did with DeFranco, and then he'll admit it right there since it's already out in the public. It's basic stuff, Quantum. Come on, man. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if it was your community going after him and flagging his videos, because let's be honest here for a quick second, your community is known for that. I've got screenshots that are going to pop up right on the screen right now. That's going to prove it to everybody right now.
Review Tech USA creating another mob against me off of things. But, you know, ask him about that troll he had that got under his skin. Ask him why his first gut instinct as a grown, rusty man, his first instinct was to dig deep and say the first thing that comes to mind, and it was hard F-bomb, the homophobic slur. Ask Review Tech USA about his allegations, if you can call it that, of stealing $200 from his black friend, and how it was only until people were in an uproar about this whole big cheese thing, you know, the big cheese crusaders, yeah, that he decided to pay him back. But he tried to screw somebody out of money on the platform. That's literally scamming. That violates TOS. And let's talk about how he has allegedly, you know, gone down this whole sexual assault thing. Now, I personally heard audio on some video about him literally talking about some instance of him fondling some girl's breasts, and then she wanted it, and so he was all right with it. They were in some field somewhere, some weird shit, and it was weird. It was very weird, and he's feeling her up, and then she tells him he could stop, and he's like, okay, what is that? I don't know about you, but that whole story smells a little fishy to me. I don't know anything about it, but I can tell you right now, at the very least, it seems like he has a problem with his behavior and people telling him, not exactly feeling you on that.
You know, it absolutely amazes me, Quantum, that you expect everybody else to own up to stuff that has already happened, that they've owned up to, mind you, but you refuse to own up to it. But as long as the pressure keeps going, and I've noticed this, as long as the pressure keeps going against you, you slowly crack, and you slowly start to retcon your whole story. I have a feeling that this pressure keeps going with you, you're going to crack, and you're eventually going to tell the truth, and it's going to slip up, and people are going to get you. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let Rich talk about what happened with, what is it, Big Cheese or something like that? I can't remember his name. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let Rich talk about it.
He was black. G is just denying any fault to them.
His allegations, if you can call it that, of stealing $200 from his black friend.
He's talking about Big Cheese, the thing that was handled within hours. But yes, it had nothing to do with that miscommunications about a business transaction between him and I. Yes, it was about the fact that he was black. Gee golly, you got me.
How it was only until people were in an uproar about this whole big cheese thing, you know, the big cheese crusaders, yeah, that he...
Don't make them out to be moral arbiters. Trust me, you want to go down that rabbit hole? Good luck with that one. It's almost as bad as J Station defending you. Oh, dude, he's absolutely the #1 brand in victimization.
He decided to pay him back. But he tried to screw somebody out of money on the platform. That's literally scamming. That violates TOS.
Dude, that was handled with hours, and it was a business deal fallout. No one was scammed out of anything. What are you talking about, dude? Are you really trying to make things and like, hey, YouTube, this thing that happened that was already resolved like a decade ago? Hey! This guy's calling me out on shit. My feelings are hurt. Can we, like, shoehorn this in to get rid of him? Please?
Oh, and one more thing, though, too. The sexual allegation that you tried to shoehorn in, Quantum, yeah, it's been turned out that the audio was faked.
Hey, he cares so much about doxing, then why did he dox the 316 killer? Not an actual killer, by the way. That's a YouTuber that had his state released, his name released, and a bunch of other personal information because Rich didn't like him. It's out there. That video is out there. He doxed that man so badly that the guy had to get off of YouTube. USA, he cares so much about doxing, then why did he dox the 316 killer?
First off, you got the name wrong. It's 1316 Killer. Secondly, someone just used, what was it called again? Where you could change a tweet to whatever the hell you want someone to say. That's what someone did. And then they screen capped it. This is why if a tweet is ever screen capped and someone's like, oh my God, look what someone said. Now, of course, they could have deleted it. But I always go, yo, I need a tweet or I need some other way besides just a screen cap to verify it. Because I can make anybody try to say anything. I already downloaded the video. Inspect element, thank you. Inspect element. You could hit, I think it's no, not F11. You could go to inspect element and type anything in. I could go, Gabe Newell, I caught Gabe Newell having butt sex with a horse. What the fuck am I? Comments, though, we already know that.
Because people were coming after him and his family and all that kind of stuff.
No, he didn't leave because of that. He was having... He said it in a video. He was having stuff going on in his life, and that's why I had nothing. Dude, really? Oh, this has all been debunked, but he's being fed stuff probably by very, very questionable people, and he's not looking into it because it just, all right, it makes anyone who's calling me out look bad. I'm going with it.
Let's ask him again why he doubles down on defending Vosh, saying things like, I'm a fan of Vosh, you deal with it. When my chief complaint is that Vosh says the age of consent should be lowered for children, says things like child pornography should be legal, and I'm somehow some horrible human being based off of hearing those things come out of Vosh's mouth, Review Tech USA defending those things, and saying, well, you're a pedophile. What else could I think? He wants the age of consent lowered, this Vosh guy. He wants child pornography to be legal. He thinks people who watch child pornography shouldn't be held accountable in that kind of stuff. If we have slave labor that harvests our silicone in our computers and shit like that, and all these outlandish takes. And he's even got tweets saying things like this. Let's ask him.
But dude, that was factually proven untrue.
Again, why he doubles down on defending Vosh. Saying things like...
No. Here, dude, you went and you said that I am a pedophile on multiple occasions and used me that I view Vosh as the reason.
Like, I'm a fan of Vosh, you deal with it. When my chief complaint is that Vosh says the age of consent should be lowered for children, says things like child pornography should be legal, and I'm somehow some horrible human being based off of hearing those things come out of Vosh's mouth, Review Tech USA defending those things.
I never defended those things. What I said is that it was a bad take to have, but he was making a hot take talking about how all child exploitation is bad. You went and said, Rich is definitely a pedophile then.
Let me say this again for anybody watching this video thinking like all I'm saying is just total bullshit. YouTube investigated these claims and they have confirmed that I haven't broken terms of service and I've never copyright abused anyone. That is in writing and it was delivered to the Actman. This entire situation should have been over months ago, but they keep bringing it up and keep talking about it, saying things like the monetization is good, and I have to talk about it. We need to take a stand against creators like this on the platform. Even though YouTube themselves put it in writing, I never broke TOS, and I'm not a copyright abuser.
You seriously want to die on this hill, don't you, Quantum? Okay, let's just go through the history of YouTube washing their hands with big problems and not doing anything. H3H3, he had a copyright issue with one of the other people that he was reacted to, commenting, kind of like what I'm doing right now. YouTube basically let the strike go through, and then he counterclaimed it, and it went to court, okay? YouTube did not care, okay, to get their hands dirty at all, because they can't. But with you, though, you are different, though. YouTube got their hands dirty, and they sided with you. That safe harbor law, if this goes to court and they found out that YouTube did this, there's a chance that they're going to lose their safe harbor. and that's a big deal. And here's another one, just for, the audience to understand what I'm saying. There was a video that came out that was kind of like a little gag video to be funny and stuff. There was like this road rage going on, and then this guy stopped the car, and then a whole bunch of guys came out of the vehicle in all these costumes and stuff, and they beat up the guy basically. Now, if you don't know that controversy that happened that year, this one happened between Moist Critical and Markiplier. Okay? Moist Critical got his video struck down with not a copyright, but a community guideline strike. Markiplier had that same video up, which he was reacting to, did not get one. So when Markiplier went onto Twitter, well, I should say, Moist went onto Twitter and basically said, hey, why isn't Markiplier getting their strike? He reacted to the same video, and Markiplier too, mind you, went to there and said, yeah, why am I not getting a strike too? Then YouTube gave a community guideline strike to Mark too. 3 hours later, YouTube came back and reversed that decision, apologized to both of them, and fixed the problem. I love how you think, okay, Quantum, that you know YouTube very well. I've watched this platform for years, okay? YouTube is very fickle, and they're getting to a point to where that this controversy is getting so bad that it's hitting the main media. And as soon as the main media hears about this, it's only going to get uglier.
Those were fair requests for review. It is a constant thing of him now trying to say that I'm doing all of this extra stuff, more accusations, even though he has his answer. This is done by people who are literally everything they accuse me of being, and they are going onto Twitter, roping people in who don't know any better, half of them, right? Genuinely saying, hey, talk about this situation. People come in, they share his take because they only reached out to him for some stupid-ass reason. Never reached out to me, they would have found all this out. But the problem is, that's just half of them. The other half are the instigators, the people that know about this stuff. And again, for anybody who's confused, all this started because I put in a DMCA claim against a creator who stole my video, uploaded large portions of it, got picked up on the Content ID tool, and I reached out to him telling him to take it down. He took it down, and then ran to a bunch of content creators saying, hey, he's false flagging me because Mischief was in a group with Actman and Asm Gold and a bunch of other creators and larger YouTubers. Lucky him, I guess? I don't know. And that's how this whole thing started. Mischief ran to those larger creators after taking down his video, calling me a false flagger. The moment YouTube told Actman I wasn't false flagging, those were fair requests for review, that dialogue should have ended, because that is an undisputed fact at that point. YouTube created those policies. They created that copyright strike system. That's not legal proceedings, by the way. That's literally YouTube's version of it. They're telling you, like, hey, listen, this is how we handle copyright on our platform without the law being involved. And we look at things and we review things. And when somebody puts in a DMCA claim, it's a fair request for us to review the content to see if we agree with that. That if you don't agree with our take on that, you can go to court and then give us a court order through YouTube Legal to have the content removed. So all of this concept of me being a copyright abuser, penalty of perjury, nobody went to court, okay? That is a lie. Another lie is that I'm just bullying and attacking some minor. He tries to throw out the minor policy, talking about endangerment of a child and all this crazy stuff, because I flagged a video that came up on the copyright ID tool.
Hey, Quantum, how many times are you going to retcon your story, bro? You've said in previous videos, multiple videos, basically saying that you've never, ever DMC striked Mischief at all.
Because he's saying that I copyright struck him.
Huh, so what I did was I decided I would take some of your advice. I decided to fact-check the story, specifically your story, specifically what you just said here.
He's saying that I copyright struck him.
So I went looking. What exactly did Mischief actually say you did? What I found is that Mischief seems to be pretty consistent in the claims that he makes. Both before you made this video, Quantum, and after, Mischief seems to, by my knowledge, exclusively refer to actions you've taken against him as threats. You are threatening to take down the video with a false copyright strike, which is the logical thing to think. That hypothetical strike is the method through which you'll need to use in order to make Mischief's video go away, which is what you want. In no way do I think that based on everything you've said, and holy crap, you've said a lot, that you would have been complacent with his video being public and viewable. Even if it made you money, not that it would likely be a lot, it's tough to pull in a substantive amount of money on YouTube as a small channel. Even in his video response to this video we're watching now, Mischief was pretty clear they were threats.
A lot of you are probably wondering what the hell happened. Well, a channel with 64,000 subscribers decided to harass me with threats of a copyright strike against my channel because I called out their Elden Ring review, in which they consistently got things factually incorrect. After I called a certain one of these channels out, aka Quantum TV, they deleted said review because I was blatantly correct, and then proceeded to threaten me with an illegal copyright takedown of my video, calling them out for their bullshit.
Nobody has any tangible proof that Quantum did anything, but I got proof showing you that I didn't.
Now, alright, I want you to bear with me because this is probably going to be a little embarrassing. Not for me, for you. The reason that we have tangible proof that you did something is because of you, Quantum. You posted this just a second ago. This ugly-ass screenshot. And I understand you've got shit-tier editing skills and have no pride in your work whatsoever, but I know what that screenshot is. A lot of people might not. So this is what an actual proper screenshot looks like. It has some really cool features, like it's cropped properly and it has more than 17 pixels. I used mine as an example, right? This is under the copyright section of your YouTube studio under the removal requests tab. Whenever you request the removal of somebody else's video, it goes in here. The only way that anything can be underneath this tab is when you request somebody else essentially take down their video. Now, as you can see, I have done this before, and rightfully so. I actually use the system properly. Many years ago, some people, or maybe it was a bot, I'm not sure, it's not important, was just re-uploading my videos, but actually re-uploading them, just like the whole thing. They would just make a channel, plop my videos up, and then leave it, and then the content ID matcher thing, he said, hey, your video is being used somewhere else. And so then I went and issued a copyright takedown request claim, whatever it was. That was years and years and years ago. Now, by posting what we're going to call generously your screenshot, you've shown that you did take an action. You did submit a request for a takedown or a copyright claim. You posted the proof that you did something, and then immediately after, you said, no one's got proof that I did it. Motherfucker, you just shot yourself in the foot.
This is done out of hatred because I use the tools that a content creator has to protect themselves against creators who like to do what this commentary community likes to do. They call themselves a commentary community, but really it's the harassment community. They like to weaponize their influence, their fan base, to ratio videos, dislike videos with all kinds of hate comments out the wazoo. They like to, again, share each other's takes and just dogpile videos on the search results just because it's fun for them. This is a problem on YouTube, and this has led to very real-world actions of people threatening to murder my family in very gruesome ways, calling my actual landline, which is not public anywhere, not even on public records, which means these people are stalking to find that information. I've looked. My landline isn't public information. You can't find it anywhere, bro.
I love it when a cornered rat starts pointing fingers at everybody else except for himself, the one who caused this problem in the first place. Not because of his review, it's because he decided to DMC strike Mischief and start this whole problem by himself. No, he could have just left it alone, completely ignore it, but no, he started the fire and he can't handle it. And once the commentary community gets its act together and stop pointing fingers at each other for little faults they have done, and they start to focus on you again, Quantum, best believe it's going to be another round 2. Actually, scratch that. I hope this goes to court. I really do. I want this to go to court because it needs to, because YouTube is useless and the courts needs to hear this. But anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed this content, please leave a like on the video and comment in the comment section. Heck, I like talking to you guys in the comment section anyway. And if you really did enjoy the content, there's a big red button down there that says subscribe. Go ahead and click it if you want more of this content. Heck, it's free anyway. And I will never ever charge you guys for subscribing to the channel because this content is made for you guys. Other than that, guys, it's almost about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go pass out, so be safe out there, fam. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, fam.